Twitter is good for me because I find it hard to keep a certain strain,
Yeah.
a theme. But no, blog would be fine for me as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've been I've been chatting to you for like the last while, and
Yeah,
you're really
and then I
quite
come, and
interesting.
I come. Oh, really? Do you think so?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I said, oh, you should blog or something, and then remind me of the camera. But you said some quite interesting things that I'd be like kind of terrified of. I mean, really, you felt yourself you got uncoordinated, you became kind of bipolar, and then you really, all the dark clouds that you were that I kind of perceive of, that maybe you would have told me about. I mean, that's kind of a
Yeah.
huge
See,
step, though, isn't
the
it?
way I think about it is, it's a real lads thing. If you think of the way the Americans went into Tehran, say the first Gulf War,
Oh yeah.
what they did was they took down all the communications lines, the backbone of the city, right? So nothing could continue. So that's what happens with bipolar. It's an insidious thing. It comes into your brain, right?
Oh yeah.
It takes out the facilities for the proper processing, say our reception. I don't use too many euphemisms, you know,
But a lot of those terms are kind of
yeah,
abstract,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like if they take out your ability to perceive or to process information realistically, you know. So to you, just you might start laughing at something that's completely
Well, it's the immaculate deception, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're in the dark basically. Everything you're taken out in the dark. However, you're left with what you think is realism because
Yeah.
you're. I think it's only natural for you to make sense of what you see and make it into your own little world. Which is
Yeah.
how like kids make up their own language if they find themselves lost in a jungle for 3 or 4 years. The program to do that. That's what I think of it. And funny enough, as soon as the cloud, I was on methadone, as soon as the cloud lifted, my thinking became very acute and um, quite broad. There was a real latitude in it, more so than there was before.
Mm.
Because it was as though when I was trying to think clearly with the methadone, and I couldn't, it closed down so many, or it dulled so
Oh
many
yeah, yeah. Right, I understand.
abilities, faculties, that your brain sometimes, like, uh,
Or
um,
takes for granted and shares.
you will also develop certain little ways around it. And it's known now that the brain can develop its own extra little brain cells and make
Yeah, yeah.
synaptic connections and all that.
Yeah, yeah, as if
It's not.
broadening
Yeah. It's
the
just.
scope of one's
That's right. It's
intentions.
not just
Yeah.
a leg or anything. That will start twitching after a year or so. So I found that I can actually see things slightly differently. Now that stuff, I have to be careful and not to confuse that with a very seductive element of perception. Oh, that's just being
Or
perceptually.
seeing.
Yeah, or actually overcompensating coming back. So I have to wait for a while and see how things are. How do you? Maybe it's just growing up. I don't know, but sometimes I feel like when I went to the drums in 1997, I feel like sometimes I'm beginning to come out of it now. 13 years later, it's like being just dropped from a helicopter and you see things as you- because I couldn't think clearly or make the connections um,
As if.
to develop a good enough viewpoint to understand where everything ties up. That's what I also feel I have to be in some kind of intellectual control. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want to talk using that I would because it always seems like, oh, your man thinks he's really clever and all that. I'm not
Well,
particular.
what
I'm not
is it like
particular.
a? It's. I was thinking though, as you described that to me, you say you dropped out of a helicopter. It's like
Yeah.
there's a gradient, within,
Yes.
and if it was meteorological, you'd be like isotherms.
Yes. And it's funny how I sort of think. I mean, how I kind of think sometimes I kind of think back and I think the adages, would you say metaphor, euphemisms, whatever I use, and they do actually fit. There is a kind of a theme to them,
The
almost
allegory.
a raggedy theme to them, yeah.
Yeah.
Like our movement, stop, trying to come off the ground, helicopters, unstable, I'm very
Yeah.
unstable. There can also be that forth. But sometimes you think, oh yeah, but it's very easy for you to say that after things are done, but that's how the brain can work. Do you know two things great about the height of being bipolar for me
Mhm.
was that I you can now please I'm not ghosting because that should look at me what am I ghosting about? I've got nothing to look like. I'm not there for nothing. I'm not interested in that kind of thing at the moment. But with bipolar thing, it's an amazing thing. You know, when you're trying to suss out a solution, solve a problem for yourself, there's a
Mhm.
sensation of thinking. You're kind of, you're pushing your mind into it.
Yeah.
When you've got a problem that you're not even aware of, starting to come on to you, not you know that you're beginning to become aware of them.
Uh huh.
You've what just like that.
Like an intellectual piece.
Yeah, just like that. You've already got the solution before.
Yeah.
You've already got the answer before the answer is fully formed. So in other words, the answer was there beforehand already
Yeah.
in your mind. You just hadn't time to let it come on. I
What?
see it that way.
Yeah. Cool. Now, what
Now,
do you think of this camera anyway?
you got to tell me if that was a lot of bluster because you have to understand that I'm a little bit bipolar, so I'm speaking very quickly to get my ideas out because I very seldom get a chance.
Yeah.
And there we are.
Right.
Now,
Cool. Thanks. Thanks for
okay.
doing that.